It's Friday, June 20th, and today I'm just wondering about some very short sports stories with some very pointed opinions.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
We aim to turn your nest egg into a paycheck with half the amount you've been led to believe. Fluent Financial combines in-house portfolio design and risk management with income-generating investments designed to accelerate your financial independence. Our goal is to develop an effective portfolio strategy to help you retire sooner and have a better lifestyle. Visit fluentfinancial.com.
In the NBA, we're constantly hearing about money, massive contracts, and what teams are at the salary cap or over the salary cap. About something we're told the teams have reached the first apron. And then, what sounds bad, is they've reached the second apron. Well, this year's NBA Finals pitted Oklahoma City, champions of the West, versus Indiana, champions of the East. They are two of the least expensive teams in the NBA. The top 17 paying teams in the league, 17 did not make the finals. Indiana was the 18th highest paid team in the NBA. And Oklahoma City, the team with by far the best regular season record in the league, well, they were 25th in total salary in a 30-team league. As the Beatles once told us, money can't buy you love. Next, I don't understand what the Texas Rangers are doing with one of their very best hitting prospects, outfielder Alejandro Osuna. They brought him up from AAA May 25th. But the bats were so cold then that they thought they needed them. Adolis Garcia had been awful. Evan Carter had been terrible and at that point was hurt again. Center fielder Leody Taveras was so bad he'd be dumped and Seattle picked him up and then Seattle dumped him. And Kevin Pillar was basically useless. So they had to have an outfielder. They needed a spark. And for about a week, Osuna provided it. He went 4 for 12 in the first 5 games he played. But since June 1st, he has 1 hit in 22 at-bats. He has a total of 34 major league at-bats in the month he's been up in the majors. All 5 of his hits are singles. He's driven 1 run, and he's hitting 147. Garcia's back to hitting fairly well again. Carter's back, and he hasn't been bad since he got back. So, what in the world is Osuna doing here? He's 22 years old. He'd only had 8 games at AAA before the Rangers fished him up into the major leagues. Now, he's primarily sitting on the bench. He's had 22 at-bats in the last 18 days. He's 22 years old. He should be back at AAA or maybe even AA, playing every day, piling up at-bats, piling up experiences. But he shouldn't be here getting butt sores from sitting on the Rangers bench. Next, the Dallas Stars have almost no money available to spend under the salary cap this offseason. So, yesterday, they spent virtually all they had. They gave 34-year-old forward Matt Duchene 4 years and $18 million. Before you wince at giving somebody $4.5 million a year, realize that it was Duchene, not Jason Robertson, not Rupe Hintz, not Wyatt Johnston, not Jamie Benn or Yevgeny Dadonov. It was Matt Duchene who was the number one scorer on the Dallas Stars this year. He had 30 goals and 52 assists, 82 points in 82 games. He played every game. Duchene's pretty much been an under-the-radar player for a good part of his career, which he's played with five different teams. But he's now piled up 891 career points. He played for Canada in the Olympics, where they won a gold medal. He was a star on one of the Canadian Championship World Cup of Hockey titles. He represented Canada in winning 6 International Hockey Federation World Championships and on 3 consecutive Canadian World Championships. Whew. Now that's a resume. But back to the Stars. They have no money left, so that's pretty much all the significant moves for the offseason, right? If you believe that, you don't have any idea who General Manager Jim Nill is. There'll be trades, contract buyouts, releases, as other NHL teams have learned so well. Never sleep on Jim Nill. Next, back to the Rangers. They haven't been very good this year. Much more was expected of them, especially when we've seen what good pitching they've had through 75 games. But they're now 36-39. That's 4th in the 5-team American League West. And thank God for the pitiful athletics. The Rangers find themselves 7 games out of first place behind Houston, beginning play on Thursday. But while they've been wandering around in the American League West, a whole bunch of other teams in the American League have also been wandering around. Into Thursday, the division leaders were the Yankees, Tigers, and Houston. They lead their divisions. Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Cleveland right now hold the wild cards. But Cleveland started play Thursday just 37-35. So Texas, despite wandering around for 3 months, began play Thursday only 2 games out of the last wild card spot. Just a little hot streak could move the Rangers. Wait a minute. We've been waiting for a little hot streak all season now. And finally, doesn't it warm your heart a little to see a tiny school like Coastal Carolina playing for the big NCAA baseball championships? The Chanticleers, by the way, that's a medieval fabled rooster. These Chanticleers have won 26 games in a row to reach the finals against mega athletic power LSU. Coastal has an undergraduate enrollment of just over 10,000. It is in the small town of Conway, South Carolina. How small? Well, population 27,000. That means that the team Coastal will be facing in the finals, LSU, has more than 12,000 more enrolled students than the entire population of Conway, South Carolina. But enrollments don't mean anything. Size of the town you play in doesn't mean anything if you can play. So now, Coastal Carolina from the Sun Belt Conference faces LSU from the SEC with everything on the line. The best 2 out of 3 series begins tomorrow night. And with no offense to LSU, which is a fantastic school and has won NCAA championships and everything from football to mahjong, go Chanticleers.
What do you want from your favorite restaurant? Fantastic personal service, a cheery, welcoming, spotless atmosphere, and great food. The primest of beef, wagyu and lamb, incredibly fresh seafood, lobster, salmon, shrimp. Hall of Fame food from a Hall of Fame restaurant. 2 locations of Bob's Steak and Chop House, the original Bob's on Lemon Avenue, and the gorgeous new Bob's at Craig Ranch McKinney.
Okay, I'm not a cook, but my beautiful Mary is, and I must tell you that we've fallen in love with OPA seasonings. That's OPA, O-P-A. Make healthy meals that taste wonderful. OPA's all natural. We use it on meat, fish, chicken, salad, veggies. Just sprinkle, cook, and enjoy. And we found a little OPA goes a long way. Order your OPA now from the website opafoods.com and use the promo code NORM, that's me, and get 10% off your order. Delicious meals, all natural, and save some money. What is not to love about OPA seasonings?
Today's episode brought to you by Fluent Financial, Retire Sooner, Better Lifestyle, by Bob's Steak and Chop House, and by OPA Seasonings. Savor the flavor in your food.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode of Just Wondering. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, hit follow, and then a fresh new episode will be delivered right to you. And should you know other people who might enjoy it, please share it with friends. The executive producer and sometimes on-air talent of Just Wondering is my wife, Mary Gans. The producer is Mike Matern. The technical director is IndyCar Tim Hand from FanStream Sports. We really appreciate your being with us. It's just fun to do, and I hope it's fun for you too. And realize that every day, I'll be just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitzges, and I'm just wondering